Hello and welcome to my little tutorial I want to create for plainpictures.net in regard to edit some photos. Right on, let's get started. First of all, you go and open a recent file like JPEG, or for example when you're using high quality cameras like the Canon EOS series or the Nikon D200 or further up there, you're gonna maybe shoot your pictures in RAW format, so you're gonna open one of these files. So I was actually lucky a few days ago and I had the chance to take a picture of Air Force One coming in here. As you can see, we're in the camera RAW converter of Photoshop CS3 here, and what I basically want to do is what you should take care of. Do not use any auto settings, because if you take the auto settings here of the converter, that just gives you sometimes a pretty good looking picture and stuff, but we want to get into detail and do that on our own. So you want to select the default setting here, and you basically click on open image. Alright, take some time here. Okay. There we go with that wonderful beauty. Okay, first of all, we're gonna try to figure out where are the brightest and the darkest spots in the picture. So what you want to do is, because we're just working with adjustment layers here, temporarily adjustment layers, using them just to show off where the darkest and brightest spots in the picture are actually, you want to click here for your adjustment layers palette, and you're gonna select the threshold. Let me bring that little window up here. What you can see is it separates your picture into white pixels and black pixels. You got the little histogram down here where you can actually see if the picture is underexposed or overexposed. Just the same histogram you're going to see there. So what you want to do is you look for the very first pixels, which are really the darkest in the picture. Then you just go over your picture, hold your shift key down, and you're gonna click into one of these dark pixels. And what you just created is a marker. The same thing you're going to do with the white spots. And as you can see over here, you take the preview out, and you can see that here on the wingtip, on the front side of the wing, you get the very brightest spots on the picture. So this is basically where you set a second marker by holding down your shift key. I'm holding down my shift key here. You can see that the cross is changing into that little icon, and you click to set a second marker. Once you've done that, you want to cancel the threshold layer, because we do not need the threshold layer. And oops, what happened now? All the markers have just disappeared. No problem about that. Do not panic. Everything is okay. What you want to check now, especially when you work on high resolution images, is that your eyedropper, when you select your eyedropper tool, is set to a sample size for 5x5 average when you're using high resolution pictures, or higher. I happen to see I'm using a Canon 350D, and if I take the pictures in high resolution and full format and raw format and everything, 5x5 average works perfectly for me. This is just that the eyedropper tool is taking some more pixels around the actual pixel you select, and it takes it into consideration to compare it and everything, so you get a different tone than actually the only pixel, the one pixel you get when you select the point sample. Okay, so what you want to do now is you go down to your adjustment layer palette down here again, and we are working with levels, and ta-da, our markers are back. Here's the first one for black, there's the second one for white. And now, what you can see here in the little levels window is you got a black, a gray, and a white eyedropper. You're gonna take the black one, and you bring your cursor or your mouse cross over to the very dark spot marker here and try to make it match like that. Not like that, just as close as possible, and click. So in that picture there's oh, there we go. There's a slight change in the brightness and stuff in the picture. The same thing you're going to do with the white eyedropper tool. And you, again, as closely as possible, click on the second marker. As you can see, the histogram in the levels window just changed slightly. You want to hit OK and take a quick preview of what it looks without and with the layer. What you have basically done with that is you applied some sort of auto toning on the picture itself, because we were just using the information that is given in the picture, and we are not using any information that Photoshop might give us. If we go to let me check that real fast. If we go to image, adjustment, auto levels, or auto contrast and stuff, that will give you a different result. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to apply some more contrast to the picture. Again, click on the adjustment layer palette down here, and we're going to work with curves. So if you're using CS3, you have that little preset thingy here, so you can actually create your own presets, which I've currently done here. I use a little preset that gives me certain marks on the curve itself at the positions 50 to 50, 128, 128, and 200 to 200. These are these three markers. What you want to do, because we do not want to affect really the whole darkness or brightness of the picture, not really that one. We only want to apply some more contrast. So I'm going to take that marker and drag it down a little, just slightly, and the 200 to 200 marker, I move it up a little. Then that gives me a lot more contrast to the picture, and you want to click OK. So basically, take a look at the picture, the original picture. I'm holding down my Alt key on a PC, or I think that's Option key on a Macintosh, and click the background layer here. And when you do that again, it gives you all the layers back, and you can see what it looks like with all the adjustments you've done.